Is now a good time to buy a short-term rental or second home in Cape Coral, Florida? It's the beginning of 2023, and I get asked this question often. Now, depending on which guru you're listening to or what news channel you're watching, many would have you believe that the sky is falling. And though we don't have a crystal ball, we can still evaluate the numbers and determine if now is the best time for you to buy a short-term rental or vacation home in Cape Coral, Florida. Spoiler alert, the sky is not falling. Welcome in, my name is Barry Cessna, your short-term rental specialist with Carver Group, brokered by eXp Realty. And I get excited about educating you on the short-term rental market here in Cape Coral, Florida. And I have a passion for seeing you succeed. If you like this content, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the Cape STR channel, welcome. You're gonna wanna subscribe to the channel as I put out a lot of useful information on the topic of short-term rentals here in Cape Coral and beyond. So let's get started. Let's get back to the question at hand. Is now a good time to buy a second home or short-term rental in Cape Coral? And the answer to this question is maybe. We're gonna take a hard look at the numbers and check the temperature of the market. But first, you have to ask yourself a couple of questions. First, why do you want to purchase a short-term rental in Cape Coral, Florida? What's your motivation? Second, am I in a position to purchase a second home in Cape Coral? What does your financial picture look like? And third, what are my goals and expectations? What ROI or return on investment do I expect to get? How much appreciation do I want to see? So you say, Barry, I've always dreamed of owning a home in Florida on a canal. I'm now in a position to purchase an amazing Cape Coral home, and I know the ROI that I want to get. Now, this is a person who is in a position to buy. They are not concerned about interest rates being too high. They know that if interest rates do go back down in the future, they can simply refinance. They know that there are a limited supply of canal homes available, and values may adjust a little, but that values over the long run have historically risen. They know how much ROI they need, and we can focus on finding a property that meets all their investment goals or the second home of their dreams. The numbers are what need to work. We listen to our clients and present them with the options that will work for them. We talk about ROI and set realistic expectations. People say, Barry, what about inflation? What about interest rates? Or I heard the market was going to crash. Currently, inflation is sitting at about 7.1%, down from a high of 9.1% in June of 2022. This is still relatively high, but starting to decrease. Investors know that having their money in real estate is one of the best hedges against high inflation. Another concern I hear is interest rates are too high. 30-year fixed interest rates are currently sitting at just above 6.5%, down from a November high of 7.25%. Yes, interest rates are high compared to where they were a year ago. However, over the last 30 years, they would be considered average. Now, the good news is that if we are blessed with lower interest rates, once again, you can simply refinance. Homes are still selling for more than they were over 1 year ago. Now, since the peak of the market in April 2022, they have dropped about 8%. However, the inventory still remains low. The main difference that we are seeing is that houses stay on the market a few days longer, giving the buyer more of an opportunity to negotiate. Over the last 4 months, we have continued to see inventory drop. We currently have less inventory available now than we did in May of 2022. Cape Coral, Florida is still in high demand, and as inventory drops, prices tend to increase. Speaking of demand, people love to visit Cape Coral, Florida. In fact, we see over 5 million people visit the area each year. We also study the short-term rental numbers here in the Cape Coral area, and the short-term rental market continues to grow. Year over year, nightly rates are up about 8%. For mid-scale properties, we are seeing rates on average at about $311 a night with an occupancy of about 65 to 70%. We never want you to be average, we want you to excel. We are happy to provide our clients with the tools needed to become a top-tier Cape Coral Airbnb host. If you choose, you can also let one of Cape Coral's excellent property managers handle the property for you. Back to the question at hand. Is now a good time to buy a short-term rental in Cape Coral? The answer is, if you are in a position to buy a home in Cape Coral, Florida, now is a great time to buy. Prices have dropped a bit, inventory is becoming lower, demand is still here in Southwest Florida, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon. We have the best weather, beautiful beaches, and zero state income tax. Will home prices drop further, or has the market corrected already? Will interest rates continue at 6.5%? We don't have the answers to these questions, but if history has taught us anything, it's that he who tries to time the market typically misses out on the opportunity. So what are you waiting for? Let's get started today. You can text me, call me, or schedule a complimentary Zoom consultation. Let's find the right property for you and your family. Now, whether you are buying a second home, an investment home, or planning to relocate in the future, now is a great time to buy. My name is Barry Cessna, your Cape Coral real estate agent specializing in helping investors and second homeowners navigate the world of short-term rentals. My goal is to be a resource for you, to provide you with the tools and expertise to feel confident throughout the buying process. So whether you are planning to buy a second home or an investment property, or maybe it's time for your family to sell, I look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. And remember, as a short-term rental specialist, I have access to some of the best short-term rental investments in Florida. From Cape Coral to Miami to Orlando, Florida is full of opportunities if you know where to look. Contact me today to experience the Carver Group difference, making realty dreams a reality.